I'm Kate Fox, and welcome to Sometimes Adversity Isn't. Today, I know I say this every week, but I have a very special guest, and so I consider a very good friend of mine, and I'm thrilled to have her here today. I have Tess Helfman, who is president of the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. Hi, Tess. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Kate. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate being here today.
Oh, you know what, you are one of the first people I reached out to. I went through my diagnosis and the like, and I had done my book to share my story, and I reached out to the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition, and you called me back. And not only did you embrace me, you gave me some suggestions. You sort of pulled me in, and you said, oh, I'm going to look at your book right now, and I'm going to do this. And just this year, you invited me to be a part of your, I'm not even going to think of the right name to say it.
Chefs for a Cause.
Thank you, Chefs for a Cause fundraiser.
Yes.
It's been one of those days, I'm sorry. And I have to tell you, I was so impressed, so impressed.
That's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and it's a great vehicle, and it's a great time, so it was perfect for you to be.
Oh yeah, it was at the Venetian Yacht Club,
yes.
And it was a beautiful night, and I was very happy to be a part of it. And what I was hoping today is you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition, and what we all should know.
My own personal attachment to the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition is my own personal journey. My courtship dance with breast cancer myself, and that was 13 years ago. And I knew I had dodged a really big bullet, and I shared rooms with women who did not dodge that bullet. And I knew I wanted to give back.
I know. Please, my whole body again lit up with goosebumps.
So, and actually I had seen the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. They had a little booth at some community fair, the village fair. And I hadn't told my mother yet, and my husband, and she was with us, and my husband and I were walking down the street, and we saw the little booth, and we looked, and don't go over there, because I wouldn't,
Oh yeah.
You're going to say something, and it's going to expose, because at that point, I went through the testing, and we know, but not really, without having a doctor say it, we knew what was coming.
Right.
So I saw them, so I was aware of them, but actually in my own journey, I never used them, and I never used their services. So when I first got involved with them, and I saw what they did, I was like, oh my God, these are really, truly the services I could have used.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, my house was a wreck.
You can't clean, you can't do anything.
Everything is also, there's so much emotion, and there's such a blur of things, and you're getting all this paperwork, and you're getting all these things, and it stacks up on the kitchen counter, and it's just a very scary time. And to be able to be there and offer the support to these women now is so rewarding. And we offer house cleaning services, hot cooked meals, child care, yard care, rides to and from their treatment. We actually have 2 vans that we have on the road, taking women to and from their medical treatments, and it's just all of it is just so rewarding and important, because there are so many women that would not make it to their treatments,
which is
so
huge.
many women, and we talk about this all the time within our group, and it's amazing how many women really just would back off because they don't have a family member, maybe a son would have to take off of work, I don't want to trouble him, so they forego radiation.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. See,
and you don't know that that's going on out there, but it is. And especially with the elderly.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, I remember at some point, because obviously I'm on your email list, you and I are friends online, and I follow the coalition. And during the winter time when there was a lot of snow, I remember posts and emails, can someone shovel this? Can someone volunteer to shovel here? Can someone volunteer to, just so that people could get out to their treatments?
That's how we get it done.
Because it's so important, and that's what you guys do, and I know. Again, the amount of events you've got, well, this is our month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Think Pink, which we'll address, but, you have so many events coming up and so many things. Constantly, we need volunteers, we need volunteers, we need volunteers, and you get them, because, I'm a lucky one too. You and I have discussed this, and we're not shy, and we have to help those that need some help and that need people to speak for them.
Hello everyone, I'm Corinne Murphy-Caro, and I'm the founder of TheDailyBlue.com. The Daily Blue is all about spreading positive news about Long Islanders, and we want to hear from you. Tell us your stories. Our show hosts are waiting to hear from you. Sponsor an ad or advertise with us. Call us now, 631-761-9223.
Through her metastatic journey, and it's something, and when people say to me, like, how do you keep doing what you do? Because that part of what I do is very, very hard and very sad. But this quote from Marianne Williamson, it's something very beautiful happens to people when their world has fallen apart. A humility, a nobility, a higher intelligence emerges at just the point when our knees hit the floor. And it's very powerful, and I have the privilege of witnessing that.
And I know.
And seeing these women evolve into that, and when their knees hit the floor, and they're at that absolute lowest point, and seeing the beauty that emerges from that. So, and we talked about this quote, right? Just, the name of your program here, sometimes adversity isn't. Obviously for the women, none of us is going to get out of here alive.
No one. No one.
It's how we get there, how we eventually find our place there. And I have had the unbelievable privilege of watching so many women do it so gracefully. It's an amazing thing to watch that, and then to also watch the women who do, like you and I, the lucky ones, just go through their journey, and some, handle it better than others, and being able to get them through the journey. And I was at a woman's final radiation with her last week, and she gets to ring the bell and do all that stuff, and the nurse at the facility said to me, she's come so long. I really was worried about her in the beginning because she was one of the fragile ones emotionally, and she did so well, and she did well because she had an army behind her. She had her family rallied, her friends rallied, and she had the coalition. I text her, 10 o'clock at night. I would get the little text, and is it over yet? Oh my gosh. She'd be sick as a dog or whatever else. And I'd be, no, it's not over yet, but, you're getting there, and just getting them through. And so, when you talk about giving and volunteering, always know that you don't give without getting a lot back. Agreed.
Agreed. That's why I do what I do too, and that's why the title, because I had my little lemon thrown at me, and so my lemonade, you're part of my lemonade, because I have all these great people in my life because of it, and I've had so many great experiences. So and I don't have to deal with the darkness. I didn't have the dark days. Not once did I doubt anything. I had faith. I knew I was going to be fine. I just focused on that and moved through it. But I also caught my breast cancer so early, as you and I were talking before about awareness. Early detection is key. Male, female, young, old, know your body, know yourself, and if you're supposed to go for some testing, do it. There's no excuse not to. And life gets in the way for everyone. We get that, but if life had gotten in the way for you or I wouldn't be sitting here with a big fat smile on my face like little Pollyanna saying, yay, because I would have been
much further along,
and I don't even know what would have happened. Right. I know also, we had also discussed a little bit about pink and pink shaming.
And pink responsibly. There's a lot of dialogue going on right now about, everything's about the pink ribbon, and what about this, and what about that, and not enough money's going here, and not enough money's going there. And I think that some of that message is very dangerous. Yes, is it important that before you, buy that silly little, pink guy? I have a pink suit on, Is money going to breast cancer for that? No. But if someone is selling you something and they're saying money is going to breast cancer, you should know where it's going to.
Yes.
First of all.
Yes.
But then this other movement has been going on, and I'm calling it pink shaming, and it's this, like the pink ribbon like the turning black, and it's, shattered at the bottom. But people need to remember that 30 years ago, when that pink ribbon was started with Evelyn Water, no one was giving anything to anybody for anything. So that little pink ribbon has now evolved into many other colors. There are many other color ribbons out there because of that pink ribbon. That is where it started. Is there still a need for awareness? Not as much, but as you and I just talked about, there are so many women out there that are still saying, I didn't go for my mammogram this year. Oh, I think it's about 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I was telling you earlier that I went to another doctor's appointment this past Monday, and the technician was telling me, here she's in the field. So tell me about awareness. Do we need it? You know, as soon as she said, oh, and I mentioned, you know, like I'm giving her my medical history, and she says, oh, I haven't gone for my mammogram. And I'm like, well, go. And she said, you know, you're right. So if I was the wake-up call for her to go, she hasn't gone in 2 or 3 years, good. So awareness is still very needed. And then some of the other dialogue that's going on about how much is needed for metastatic cancer and breast cancer, which is so true. More needs to be given there.
Yes.
And actually the Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition at the end of every year, if we have anything left of our funds, because we're not for profit and we stand by that, we don't take any profit, so anything that we come out with at the end of the year goes directly to research, because that's part of our mission as well. And for the last 2 years running, a portion of that did go for metastatic breast cancer research. But is that the only thing we should be focused on? No, because with that, like you and I have talked, without the research for the other cancers, well, then maybe we wouldn't be the lucky ones, and we would have metastatic breast cancer.
So it's
without the testing,
line.
without all the research that's going on out there. That's so important as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you're looking at a skewed number and you're, you know, shaming an organization, for instance, for only giving 7% or whatever else to metastatic research, I think you have to be careful about that number, because it doesn't really represent the whole scope. And if how much is going for all of research?
Right.
And isn't that then part of preventing metastatic?
Absolutely.
And should more, of course, and then once you get there, yes, do we need things to make people more comfortable through it? And perhaps give them some miracle? Yes.
Yes.
But that's the finding the cure.
Right.
So all of that, so it's a big picture. And so I'm not very, I always focus on the big picture in everything. I don't think you can look at one small number and say, well, they're only doing that.
Right.
Or this is only happening. These national organizations are also up against it. You know, they're doing good work, and quietly doing good work that people don't notice. The beautiful books that, you know, because I get to give them to these women about nutrition and things like that. American Cancer Society is a wonderful resource for that. But you know, because people don't see enough going, well, you know, they didn't help me with this, they didn't help me with that, but there's a lot still going on that people don't see the big picture.
Right.
So could we all be doing a better job? Yes. You know, are we all trying? I think so. I think, you know, I think people's hearts are in the right place when it comes to that. So I just think that pink responsibly, yes, know where your money's going. Shaming the pink ribbon is not the way to go, and I'm sad to see it.
Right.
I really am sad to see it. You see a lot of it on social media, and I am very sad to see it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to leave you with this thought. I'm going to say think before you pink. And Tess, thank you so much for coming today and speaking to us.
My pleasure.
And I'm Kate Fox, and sometimes adversity isn't. Thank you.